Wait.
Right? That was
good.
perfect. Dun,
Good,
dun,
but we gotta
dun.
put
A little nugget would be do not hire anybody who's giving you a bad vibe.
Yeah, club DJs aren't wedding DJs.
They're not.
We are live on the I Do Experience. Should that be our intro?
Maybe. We'll talk
Maybe
about it.
not. I know, right? Yeah, this is finally here. It's finally happening.
We have arrived.
You want to introduce yourself first?
You go first.
Okay, I'll go first. All good. All right, so my name is Nicholas. Welcome to the I Do Experience. And this lovely young lady over here is...
Aneris.
Oh, you got to say it with like a Latina.
I did.
Like, say-
Aneris, not Aneris.
No.
Aneris.
Oh, no, but... So, I guess that's good because now they know how to say it in English and
Spanish.
also Spanish. Because she always introduces herself in Spanish and people are so confused. They say it like 20 times and I'm like, why don't you just say it in English to like you know how you read your crowd as a DJ, right?
I don't do it because it sounds like onerous or something like that. There's like a medicine called something like that, and it sounds like the medicine.
So you don't want to sound like
No,
medicine.
I don't want to sound like a medicine.
Got it. Interesting.
So I just say it normal. If they could say it usually they transition from Annalise. I just say it a second time. I'm like Aneris.
Yeah, they never get that R.
No, it's the R.
Well, so what is the I Do Experience? What is it about? Tell me.
Well, it's pretty much for all of our newly wedded couples, or not newly wedded, sorry, newly engaged couples.
Perfect.
Who are going to be soon to be wed, hopefully. We want to provide all of the information that they would need, or pretty much, all the information they would need in order to successfully plan their wedding.
It's like what you said before when we were just randomly having another random conversations because we do this a lot.
It's the I Do Experience Guide.
No, it's a guide for newly engaged couples.
Yes.
But you said something catchy. It was like from I do to what was it?
I have no idea now.
Come on, don't let me down.
We should have written these ideas down.
Jeez.
We should have totally written those down.
I need you to back me up just now, man.
A guide to I Do. That's
a
what I
guide
would.
to was that what it was?
Yes,
Okay.
a guide to I Do. I
All
feel
right.
like that's perfect. A guide to I Do.
A guide that is supposed to help newly engaged couples. We're going to talk about different challenges that newly engaged couples face. In my experience, I know that for sometimes it can be nerve-wracking for people. They have no idea what to do, literally. I mean, you would not believe how many clients come to me and they say, I have no idea what I'm doing or what I'm supposed to be doing. I've never been married before. I'm just engaged and I don't know what comes first, So
It's like they don't know where to start. They don't know where to start, and they're kind of confused about the whole process. What do they actually need? What they don't need? Especially nowadays when people are trying to stay within like a budget.
yeah.
Right? I feel like I get those couples a lot as well, where they're a little confused.
Where do they start? Here at the I Do
They
Experience,
should
right?
definitely start with us, but I guess the second step would be first their venue. They would definitely need a venue first. It is the first thing that gets booked out the fastest.
I agree.
And then they can move forward into all of the other good stuff.
Yeah.
If they choose to do wedding planning, I would assume that they would start first with a wedding planner. Some people choose to get a venue first, and then they start looking for a wedding planner when they're like, I'm overwhelmed.
Yeah,
I don't know what to do or where to start after the venue. But definitely venue first.
Let's actually backtrack a little bit.
Right? We were like,
What do you do in the industry?
So I am a wedding planner, but I also do sales for a venue
For a venue.
at the
Awesome.
moment. That's why I said wedding planning or venue. It just depends on where people. Some people are like, I know I'm gonna need a wedding planner, so I'd rather
Yeah.
just start there. And others are like, I could handle this, I could handle it. And then once they get into it, they're like, never mind. I'd rather somebody else do all of this for me.
Yeah, they never actually realize what they've got themselves
So
into until they're
exactly.
like, wait, this is not as easy as I thought it was going to be, right?
Yeah.
Um, well, myself, I run an entertainment agency. We specialize in high end weddings. We do everything from large events where you need all sorts of crazy lights and uplighting and dancers and LED robots and cold sparks, which is like an indoor fireworks situation. So, however big, however small you want to do it, we do intimate weddings. So, that's kind of a little gist, I guess,
Yes.
on the surface.
Thank you for explaining some of those things.
No, well, people don't know, right? You say cold sparks, and they're like, what do you mean cold sparks? What does that mean?
What is that?
Yeah, right?
People usually describe them as like the indoor fireworks.
Indoor fireworks. But
Yeah.
fireworks sounds scary, right?
Yes, like something's
That
gonna
word-
catch fire.
What? You can't do fireworks indoor. You crazy?
Couples should definitely start out either with a wedding planner or a venue, just to kind of make it nice and easy, right? Once you book your venue, I tell most couples, I'm like, you could relax for a little while, or you could go straight into
Yeah.
like hiring all of your other vendors. It's really up to them, but I feel like it's better to do it as soon as possible, as early as possible.
What would you say inspired us to actually be here today in this moment doing the I Do experience?
Well, for me, it's mostly about helping couples. I feel like, again, we both get a lot of those couples where they don't know where to start, they don't know what to do. There are so many resources out there, but none really that you could hear. It's more like I read on the Nod, I'll read a magazine, a
Blogs, yeah.
blog. But this is nice because we get to actually converse, talk about it,
Yeah.
meet people in the industry and ask them questions.
There hasn't really been much of that type of those resources out there. I mean,
I
I
agree.
have really searched for a good wedding podcast, and I don't think it really exists in the United States. I'm always getting like a
UK.
yeah, UK version,
Yes.
but nothing really here that really stands out. If you were to give like one tip from the wedding planning standpoint, what would you say is the one little nugget? Because we're kind of just doing our introduction today, but one little nugget that you could give someone.
My little nugget would be do not hire anybody who's giving you a bad vibe, who lacks communication. Do not hire them. I feel like one of the reasons why I want to do this is to make sure I help couples avoid having buyer's remorse. And I feel like the bad vibes, a lack of communication, again, not liking the vendor, not
Yeah.
liking who they're working with at the end, the littlest thing will tick you off. Anything goes wrong that day, and your mind is just gonna go back to be like, that person lacked so much communication. I was thinking about this the entire time,
Yeah.
and I did not listen to my gut feeling. And then it ends up in that. Then you're gonna be asking for a refund, and then nobody's gonna like being in that situation.
No, for sure. That sounds stressful, and that's something we want to avoid, right?
Yes.
Buyer's remorse is just, I think it could be avoided in most cases, you know?
Definitely.
There was a study done on wedding, no, brides.com, and I don't know if it was the Knot, but it said that 95, and yeah, you heard that right, 95% of couples actually post-wedding, so that's after their wedding, they look back and they regret not spending more money on their entertainment budget. That right there, I feel like, is something that can be avoided if they're educated. I mean, think about it. When you go to a wedding, the entertainment's everything. Say the food was just like
No
Ruth
one
Chris
is going to
Steakhouse.
remember the food, guys. It doesn't matter if it tastes good or it tastes bad. At the end of the night, all they're going to think about is how much they danced, how much were they really on the dance floor. That's what they're going to remember. They might sit down and eat, and the music might change, and they might get right back up after 2 or 3 bites of dinner and start dancing.
Well,
Unless you kind
the
of
food can't
enforce
be
that.
trash though, right?
No,
It
no,
can't
of
be
course
trash.
not.
But yeah, for the most part, if you have decent food and epic entertainment, your wedding's gonna be like top tier.
Yes.
Uh,
I feel like younger couples don't have a problem with that.
no, I feel like that has been changing.
Yes.
You're absolutely right.
Younger
Did I
couples are
tell you
like,
about the couple
party,
that
party.
I was working with the other day. They literally crowd surfed.
Oh, yes.
Bride and groom crowd surf. Like, yes, younger couples definitely are more aware of that factor, that they want to make sure to have a party.
Well,
you know?
they're probably still out in like the bar club scene. So in their mind, they're like, I want to dance all night, celebrate in that way. And I feel like millennials are just like, I want my wedding to be pretty. Millennials just want their wedding to be beautiful.
Yeah, I agree. They're not really so fixated on the like the food or they just want alcohol and a party.
Yep.
That's really all they care about. In our experience, meeting with a couple, it's usually way at the tail end. It's like after they've selected their venue, they've done the cake, they've done the florists, they've done photo and video, and then the entertainment kind of is just kind of like waited until the end.
Yeah.
And it's such a important piece of the puzzle that I feel like it should be a little bit more at the forefront. You know what I mean?
It's so important. It's so important to focus on entertainment, not just because I think this is the thing, right? Most couples are like, oh, a DJ. And I'm like, oh, but you do realize you're going to need sound for your ceremony if you're doing it at a venue.
Yeah.
And you're going to need a master of ceremonies, and you're going to need cocktail hour. And they're like, oh. And
3
I'm
different
like,
locations.
it could be 3 different locations.
Yeah.
It could all be in the same place.
That's true, depending on the venue.
But they're going to need that for all, they're going to need that entertainment or that music or that sound the entire time,
Yeah.
which most, for example, you offer that for all of your clients.
Yeah.
Not saying every DJ does that, because let's be honest, there's people out there who are just DJs and they might not have ever worked at a wedding. So I always tell clients, I'm like, you got to hire someone who knows how to speak on the mic, who's going to introduce you as the new Mr. and Mrs. It's going to help you coordinate everything. I'm like, you have to walk down to a song.
Confidence. I mean, if someone's never done it before, they don't know the timeline, the traditions that typically will happen in a wedding reception or even a ceremony.
Yeah.
It's not going to roll off smooth, right? So for me, at least, I always say, look, people will hear like a DJ in the club and they'll be like, yeah, I want that DJ. And I'm like, yeah, club DJs aren't wedding DJs.
They're not.
Yep.
They're not. They may be great for entertainment, but they're definitely not going to. They're not going to hop on the mic and be like, welcome, Mr. and Mrs.
They're going to be completely lost.
Yeah.
Because they're not going to understand kind of the flow, the sequence of the night.
Mm-hmm.
There's so many moving pieces in your wedding reception from your ceremony to your reception, and cocktail hour in between, that you have to be able to adjust on the fly
Yeah.
And if you don't have a professional that is able to adapt and to take charge of the situation, if something goes wrong, I'm immediately on top of it. I'm so much on top of things that the couples don't even know what's going on.
Yeah.
You don't want to stress them out with that. That's why they hired the professional. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Is that your little nugget?
I guess so. I mean, it's a big nugget.
That is a big nugget.
Yeah. Closing thoughts. Closing thoughts. Encouraging couples to plan wisely and enjoy the process. That's what I think that is super important. Enjoying the process. A lot of times what I tend to tell the clients is, listen, guys, don't forget, at the end of the day, you're here to enjoy the moment, be in the moment with your friends and family. This is not supposed to be a stressful time for you. Yeah. This is a celebration. This is something that you are truly going to remember for the rest of your life. You don't want to remember the feeling of being stressed for the rest of your life, right?
I feel like that's somebody who's searching for perfection in a place where it's really hard to give somebody perfection. There's so many moving pieces. And you just got to focus on everything that went right? Like, I've seen people freak out because their wedding cake not dropped down to the floor, but they cut their wedding cake, they took pictures, and because they were cutting the cake and putting the cake on the table still, and the weight of the cake and the plates was too much, the table fell. The couple just focused on that the entire night, even though they still ate cake, they still took their pictures, their
so
videos.
Everybody got cake.
Everybody got cake. But everybody took their pictures.
After the cake fell. With the remaining pieces.
Exactly. The cake fell, and so the couple was upset.
Definitely not the best situation, but not something to fixate on.
Exactly.
Because, again, you're there to spend that time with your family, your friends, your loved ones, and you want to just embrace them.
Yeah.
Be in
At that point, it's like, Opa.
What's coming up for future episodes? Let's talk about that. That's a good one, right?
Yeah, that is a good one. Well, we're definitely going to be talking to somebody who's within the next steps. Your dresses, ladies, very, very important. That is the centerpiece of the night or the day, depending on what time you're getting married. Absolutely. And then, of course, the person who's going to capture everything. I think one of the most important things about a wedding is your photographer and videographer.
100%.
You want to remember that night. You want to capture it, whether that be in a picture or a video. You're just going to want to have that.
Definitely. We're going to have Daniel on coming up very soon, as well as we're going to have Allison from
Wonderland Bridal.
So we're going to be talking about all different types of wedding dresses and things to look for when you're picking your wedding dress.
Yes.
And we're going to be talking with an actual expert who lives and breathes this, does this every single day. And Daniel from Miami Wedding Studio. And he is the best. I literally, if any of my clients say, hey, I need photo, I need video, I actually ask them, I'm like, hey, did you get a videographer yet? Did you get a photo
You're going to need one.
Yeah, don't worry, I got you. That's big too, you know, when you connect with vendors, they can also steer you to other vendors that they trust.
And to have a good vibe, right?
Exactly.
We want
More
that.
than likely, if you like that first person, you're probably going to like the person that they're working with, right?
Definitely.
Birds of a feather
flock together.
Got it. Like that. You see how you finish my sentences? Man, this is going so good, guys. Oh my gosh. All right, so how are we going to close out?
That was it. Birds of a feather
no, we got
flock together.
No, okay, wait.
Right? That was perfect.
No, that was good, but we got to put our stuff in, you know? So where can they follow us? Instagram?
Yes.
The I Do Experience.
The I Do Experience.
Yes. YouTube.
YouTube. The I Do Experience.
So the I Do Experience podcast, Spotify, all the good stuff.
The I Do Experience.
Yes. And everything is going to definitely be linked in the videos. So if you're ever doubtful about where to find us, and also another thing is we're going to also link everyone that we feature on the podcast within the descriptions as well. That way, if you guys are getting a good vibe from our vendors that we have on board, then on board, like I'm on a boat.
We're on a boat.
I'm on the yacht right now. Anyways, you guys can
work
figure
with
out how
them.
to find them. Yep.
Work with them. Hire
awesome.
them. They'll love us. They'll love you.
All right. Sounds good.
Goodbye.
It's a wrap.